Hello, welcome to the Golden Raven. I am Roland Wattier. In English, Roland Wattier. I'm 62 years old and I am a storyteller. I'm a son of Maine, raised here. When I came back from Vietnam, we bought this land because we wanted to be able to raise our own food. We put all of our money into the land. We didn't have any. We bought the land. We had all the land. We owned it. But, now what are we going to live in? And I looked at the big barn and I said, give me a couple of years. I'll turn that barn into a lovely house. We started putting floors down that first winter. And I missed a floor joist and fell into the basement and broke my spine in 3 places. But that day I lost my job as a barber in a big salon in Augusta, about 30 miles from here. And it forced me to consider being other things. We built the circle starting about 5 years ago. It took 2 years to build it. It's a Druid-inspired stone circle. In the center is a 10-foot odd tall fire chamber, which is traditionally, in many cultures, the place of the initiation of the male. The natural setting and the elements that it needs to have in the area are really important. It needs to be where there's a division between the dark woods or something like the dark woods. That's where the forest has to be there. And if you notice, there's a path. That's your path. It's my path. It's the quintessential path. The symbols that are our angst and our phobias and all of that, those things need to be addressed in building a storytelling circle. If you notice the way we mowed the lawn, the grounds around the circle, it's like ever-increasing concentric rings, like dropping a stone in a lake or a pond. I want the circle to stay delightful. I don't want it to get big. I don't want it to get gaudy. That's why the circle is built in the field where you're comfortable. And that's why we do it at twilight. Because at twilight, all of your senses are enlivened because you're going into an airier darkness where it's not quite safe. This whole space right here, this magical space, you see what happens when I turn around, right? This is the theater, if you would. This is the telling space right here.
I would like to tell you, would you like to hear a story?
When we forget to tell stories and there are no stories to tell, we will find that that is the end of civilization as we have understood it to be.
Now, the fire in the old world was very powerful. It represented everything, you know.
And then she woke up, and it was morning, and she thought, oh, dear, no, I didn't get it done. I didn't do it. There are stone circles in your DNA. Your grandparents, 30 removed or 60 removed, told stories in stone circles with a fire in the center.
And at the moment Basiliscus opens the door, the skull jumps off the stick and lands on them and burns them all to death. And that, my young man and my young woman, is a story of the little girl Basiliscus and the witch Baba Yaga. There are many, many ways of ending a story. And what happens is Uncle Fred would probably say, and they lived happily ever after. A storyteller might say, they lived very well into the ever after.